What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandon and welcome to my favorite creek to search for river treasure here in Alabama. I found everything from valuable antique bottles and jugs to Native American artifacts, guns, purses, and wallets. This creek has it all. So let's go see what we can find. It finally looks like the water levels have dropped enough for us to get back in the water. And the very first find today, of course, is going to be somebody's vape pen. Gotta love it. I've said this before, you've got the mudlarkers overseas finding these amazing 17th and 18th century clay pipes. Meanwhile, we're stuck with these. And sadly, this is going to be something that future generations are going to find for a very long time. Looks like I've got an old cream jar lid down here. Let's take a look at it. That water's actually kind of brisk this morning. Oh no, that's the actual jar itself. It's just a very squatty one. That didn't hold very much at all, did it? That's all right. We'll take it out again. With these cream jars, it's hard to date them and tell you exactly how old they are. This little log jam spot, though, caught my eye right out of the gate this morning. And I've been seeing some glass and interesting objects in it. I do see a bottle right there that I'm wanting to check while we're live. You see it? That's a good one too. How about that? From the cream jar to, this is gonna be a soda. Look at that, look at that. Very nice Pioneer Circle Slug. Let me see if I can get in the sun where you guys can see it. Pioneer Bottling Works Circle Slug. That is a circa 1910 soda bottle right there, guys. And that black moss that you see on it tells me that it's probably been in this log jam for a pretty good while. This isn't something that came fresh out of the creek bank. It's just something that we couldn't see due to the debris. But it doesn't appear to have any chips or cracks. So again, 115-year-old soda bottle. So before we take this bottle and just sling it into the backpack, we've been getting a ton of comments about how do we carry glass out of the creek without breaking it. And I'm going to show you guys right now my technique. And it's nothing more than a bubble mailer. So I use these to package up Miranda's jewelry whenever we sell it, as well as some of our grab bags and stuff on our eBay store. But it also fits a bottle perfectly inside. And just like that, I've slid the bottle inside. And if you want to, you can seal it. But for me, I always just slip a few into the sleeves, and that keeps them from clanking together. The bubble wrap protects them. We don't do that with every bottle, but if it's a good whole one like that one, we absolutely do. So I'm still at the log jam. We've got a long walk ahead of us. I feel pretty good though, finding that within the first 5 minutes of being here. I see something kind of decorative right down here. Let's see what it is. I don't know what that is. Piece of maybe an old wrought iron fence, maybe. Very decorative though, regardless of whatever it is. I love these little relics like this because sometimes I can't place what it is while I'm in the field and I'll think about it later in time. Or I can actually use Google image search now. And that's kind of a cheat code for finding out what some of this stuff is. Looks like I see a really good plate piece. Yeah, wood. Yeah, maybe Woodson, England? I'm not for sure. That's beautiful. Miranda will be able to get several pairs of earrings out of that. Let's pick this rock up from the bottom. I'm not sure if that's a fossil or not. This is the creek that we have found quite a few fossils in, and it makes sense because it is close to the coal mines. But I am not positive on this one. So for any of you guys that may be following me from Wild Kyle's channel, if you know what that is, let us know in the comments. We are starting to get to an area right now that I'm pretty excited about because I can tell that the current from the last flood has changed the direction of the creek, which means the entire bottom should be stirred up. That's what you want when you're mudlarking or searching for river treasure, is you want that erosion to just stir the bottom of the creek up enough to expose fresh stuff. So right here, past this tree down, I'm really hoping something awesome washed out. This is a nice broken Raiola right here. This was a soda. This is gonna be circa 19 teens. So yes, we are still talking about a 100-year-old bottle. This one is from Birmingham. The embossing's way up here, but I think I can still cut it, and we can either make like a pencil holder or a vase or something like that out of it and upcycle it. So it's worth saving. You can still see all of the embossing. It's legible and it's not too scratched up. So I'm pretty happy with that find. Where do you think that bone went to? It's been in here for a long time, it looks like. Hopefully it's not human. Right here on this bar though, there are quite a few things that I can see glistening in the sun. The first of which was the bone, and then the second of which is this right here. Can't tell what it would have been, but it is probably from the 1920s. See the base to a soda right here. It's all busted up. Let's see if I can tell what it was though. Nope, not enough on it to tell. I think I see some kind of sauce bottle right here in the bank. It looks like. Oh, it's broken. But yeah, that is exactly what that was. Either like a relish bottle or a salad dressing or something. Lots of broken stuff in this bank line in that seam that you see right now. Let the water clear just a little bit. See a bottle right here. Looks like the top's gone, but again, we're looking for whiskey glasses. Top is gone. Holy cow, you want to talk about a really good drinking glass? That is it. So we just got another whiskey glass today. Wow. And that's the harder one. So some of these are tougher than others. The ones that say property of up here and the full Alabama at the bottom are much tougher. So very excited to have that one. This one almost got by me right here, and it may not be whole. Look, see it? Look at that, just uncovering it. Oh, it is broken, but let's see if we got another whiskey glass. Nope. Would have been a good one. See, this is the more common style than the one that I just found a second ago. It doesn't say property of, it just says Coca-Cola. And so this one is a little bit newer, but man, I hate it's got that big hill ding right there. Or that would have been a great one. Right there. Boy, that is a beauty. Oh, got a big old crack in it. That thing is a smoker though. It's gonna look great in one of our jars. This old handmade brick doesn't look very spectacular to most folks, but if you look, that's a thumbprint right there. And on this side, you can see the 3 indentions where his other fingers would have been whenever this was taken before it was dry. And that's kind of neat to think that that worker's prints are right here on this brick. And they've probably been there for well over 125 years. Kind of a cool brick. I think I'm gonna try to carry this one out. I like it. I was trying to decide whether to walk under this tree, whether it was worth it. And I spotted something right through the limbs right there. Looks like there's a marble down there. I almost missed it again. Don't fall down over the limbs trying to get to it. Right there. Let's just see. There we go. Try to get this camera to focus for you guys. There's a beautiful little marble. That one doesn't have any chips or anything. Based off the colors, I don't think it's quite as old as some of the bottles we've been finding, but it's still a neat find regardless. There is no way that this is what I think it is. If it is, this is stupid rare. I find these all the time. Oh, it's broken. Oh no. That was a hutch, guys. Pioneer Bottling Works hutch, and it's still got the stopper in there. Oh my Lord, guys. I'm telling you, that is a rare bottle. I've only probably ever seen one. You can see the stopper still inside of there. Wow, I cannot believe that the top's gone though. I'm fairly confident it's not gonna be right here, but I'm just gonna look just to make sure, because I would so put this thing back together. And it's probably still worth salvaging, to be truthful. But nope, not there. Golly, that makes you want to cry. That is just a heartbreaker. That will not be turned into a whiskey glass. What will be done is the top will be cut up here, and we will replace it with another hutch top that we found in the water, just so that we've got a whole example. Even though it is going to be repaired, is still incredibly rare. God, still can't believe that. Let's keep going. Maybe there's a hole in here. So I think I just made the find of the day, and it's much older. Look right in front. I think I just found a Native American axe. I swear to y'all, that right there, maybe not. Boy, it looked just like an axe. Holy cow. I just knew that's what that was. Because it even looked beveled from this side, but flipping it over, now I realize it's just a rock. I'm fairly confident, but golly. You want to talk about heart failure? I just knew that was going to be something amazing. But there again, it may have been used, but I highly doubt it now that I've picked it up. Better grab it. Oh, look at that. That was an ACL double cola. And actually, that one's embossed nicely up around the neck. That's a little different. From Birmingham, Alabama. So ACL stands for Applied Color Label. Usually they don't stand a chance in the water. So this right here will probably wipe off if I wipe too hard on it. And you can see that the red has already disintegrated with time. But this isn't something we typically find. And it is a little bit newer. But I like that it's embossed up here. I will absolutely take this one to the house. A little bit of nice Coca-Cola. But right over here, I see something square. And this is the one that kind of caught my attention because of the glare. Oh, it's not as old. Just a cologne or a perfume bottle. Probably circa 1930 to 1950. So nowhere near as old as those soda bottles. But the glass is really picking up in this stretch right here. See, there's a soda piece. Look how thick it is, that's how I can tell. There's another piece to a Coca-Cola. That could have been from that other piece that I just found. So again, the bottles are here. We just gotta comb through and see if we can find some whole ones or some good pieces that we can upcycle. See the first cell phone of the day right down here. Ooh, look at that bad boy. That one might still turn on and work. An old Motorola. That was one of those ones I think you could touch and talk like a walkie on. I remember everybody had one of those back in like 2002 or 2003. They were all the rage. Let's see if it follows the modern trend or if this is gonna be a good old one. It's always hard to say. About 1940s or 50s. It is a screw top. Again, it's got some of those rocks leached to the side of it. Again, doesn't belong in here, but not exactly what we're looking for. Right up around this bend though, there's a spot where a bottler dumps. So that's kind of the direction that I'm headed right now. And the glass should pick up as we get there. So we'll just have to see if anything good's left. Just pulled this buffalo rock from the bottom, and it's got a little bit too much hill damage and stuff to be able to make this one into a whiskey glass. So I have made a couple of them in the past into them. These are very difficult to find in good shape. You can see that it says AGCO there, and then it says Birmingham, Alabama. This is going to be a deco period. A lot of people call them bowling pin style bottles because they look like a bowling pin, or 10-pin style. So again, we're getting closer to that bottler site, so there should be more bottles as we get closer to it. This is a 1915 hobble skirt. I was expecting it to be from Birmingham, but whenever I flipped it over, this is actually a Texarkana, Texas bottle. And that's kind of crazy. Must have came in on a rail line, if I had to guess, to the coal miners that were here. That's kind of neat. That might be worth turning it into a whiskey glass. Oh no, it's got a flash down here. But regardless, we're gonna take it out of the creek before it breaks into more pieces and somebody stands on it. You can see a sauce bottle right there. One of the pretty ribbed ones. Yep, sure is. That's another time period bottle. That is beautiful, guys. Absolutely take that one. It's right behind the hutch. Might need to spend some time right here and flip all of the glass over. And maybe even move a few of the bigger rocks so the next time that it rains, it'll wash better. That'll get you going right there. Jack Daniel's Distillery. That would have been a very, very good bottle. I believe this is the one from Lynchburg, Tennessee, like I dug last year. This would have been whole. That's about $1,000 bottle if that's the case. Absolutely insane. So I stopped to pick up this corn on the cob. and didn't notice a 1916 Coca-Cola with absolutely no damage. Look at that. Half in the water, half out. That tells you that on the other side of this log right here, there's probably a ton of bottles buried, and that one just washed up and over the top. I'm so excited to have that, guys. Heck yeah, let's keep going. I think I've done marked it up where you guys can't see. Maybe you can. There's a swirl right there. That's usually a Coca-Cola. And I believe that's exactly what that one was, but it would have had an ACL label right there. So that's actually a bit more modern than what I had anticipated. This one does have a February 25th, 1925 patent date on it, but this bottle was probably used well up into the late 30s. That's a neat little bottle right there. I believe that was a Bishop's, and you can see it says of leather. I believe this was a leather cleaner. It's probably been used on a ton of saddles, which is kind of neat to think about. It's cork top. What does it say? Lysol. That's one of the nice little amber Lysols from the 20s. That's a keeper. Hadn't found one of these in a couple of years, as a matter of fact. There's all kinds of crazy writing on the bottom. I'm not going to try to read it right now. I'm actually just trying to keep my camera from fogging up due to the amount of humidity that's in here. I mean, it is crazy. Some kind of jar. Nothing real great. Right here, there is what looks to be a cologne. Got a chip out of the side. I am starting my little piles that I like to do that I pick up on my way back out. See some kind of jar down here. There's so much glass in here. Nothing on that one. Oh, there's a cork top neck right there. It looks promising, doesn't it? Look how crooked that top is. It leans to the left. Right here, I see something different. What is this? Wolfing's, yeah, Wulfings Formament. Never found one of those. I don't know what that is. If you guys know what that is, let us know in the comments below. The way that threaded top looks, it looks like turn of the century to me. Usually the more threads, the older in a lot of circumstances on earlier screw tops. But I almost missed that medicine. Almost walked right over it. Oh, be embossed. Oh, another slick. Another nice early cork top though. They're killing us. Where's the good embossed ones? They gotta be in here someplace. I thought that was gonna be another modern beer, but it's not. Wow, look at that. Look at that top on that one. That's gonna be 1890s, I just about guarantee it. No embossing on the sides. On the bottom, it does say R&Co 12. So, I mean, I guess it could be circa 1912, but I'm really almost positive that's going to be 1890s. That's a good find. Most of the time, these are aqua. Look at there. Oh, it's got a chip lip. Just a very little one, though. Nice little cone ink. We'll take that. And that one gave me a big jump scare. Thought that was going to have a tail name. It's another Honest Measure, but it's a beautiful cork top. These are circa 1900. I mean, we are talking about 125-year-old bottles when we do pick these up. So again, nice strap-sided whiskey flask. We'll absolutely take that. Looks like a try me. Let's find out. Oh golly, it's wedged in there pretty good. It is a try me. It's broken. That one was from Selma. Oh, it's got a heel chip too. Dang. I was hoping that I was going to be able to make a whiskey glass out of these because people absolutely love them. And that is the nice one right there with the patent date of 1924 on it. Man, that would have been such a good whiskey glass. I hate that. Look at that iridescent shining on it. Oh. It's going to be a screw top from the 30s, but that's a beautiful bottle. Wow. The iridescence on there is something else. Love that coloring. I thought it was just going to be oil sheen from the pollution, but it looks like that is colorization on the bottle, and that can happen from minerals in the ground, from fires, if this thing was ever in a fire. There's so many different ways that it could happen, but it's neat to look at for sure. We had an absolute blast today. We got a couple of nice early soda bottles from the area. These were probably used by coal miners or their families. the Pioneer Bottling Works Circle Slug. This one's going to clean up great. I'll probably tumble it, but I'm going to dip it in muriatic acid first and just see if the black stuff comes off, if there's bad scratching. I don't think there's going to be, but I've been wrong before. The Coca-Cola, which is the 1916 soda, is another one that I was super excited to have. Again, absolutely no damage on this bottle. We did get a couple of nice whiskey glass candidates, this Pioneer over here, as well as the Riola. We got the ACL that I have never found before. I've never found one of those like that, so I was excited to have it. The Early Beer, which is probably the oldest bottle on the tailgate currently, which is the R & Co. We did get the Wolfing's Formament that we have no idea what it is, so if you guys know, let us know in the comments. Nice sauce bottle, Lysol, a couple of marbles, some broken glass that we're going to upcycle. But absolutely the heartbreaker of the day, and honestly probably the find of the day, is going to be the hutch over here. And it is crazy. I don't know if you guys can look down there and see the rubber is still attached to the stopper that's on it. Sadly, the top is gone, but what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to saw this back flat. We're going to put one of the hutch tops that we've saved in the past on top of it, and we're just going to repair it to make it look like it did back in its former glory. So I don't have one in my collection. I guess I do now, even though it will be repaired. If you guys enjoyed the adventure today, be sure that you're subscribed, and we will see you guys in next week's video.